Hey folks, and welcome back to the Kentucky Hot Wheels video series. So, after 45 years of dealing with points and the wet coil and the rotor and the distributor, I have decided to finally take the leap of faith and install an electronic ignition on the Beetle. Not that anything's wrong with this one right now. Everything's working fine. I did just replace the points last fall, I guess. They're giving me some trouble. And the fact of the matter is that these aftermarket points and condensers and stuff you buy now just aren't what they used to be. So anyhow, I thought this would be a cool project to do on the Beetle. I had thought about doing it years ago. I just didn't do it because I really didn't have a need to. But I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. Now, not knowing anything about the electronic ignition, I really didn't know which way to go. So I posted on a bunch of VW Facebook groups I'm part of and some forums on the internet, and explaining what I was going to do, and was looking for opinions from people who had already done this. And the response was actually pretty overwhelming. And I would say probably a good 40%, 35 to 40% of the people had recommended the Pat Downs electronic ignition kit. Probably another 25% had recommended CB Performance MagnaSpark electronic kit. And I think the majority after that was a couple of different Petronix kits that are available. So with that in mind, I went ahead and ordered the Pat Downs kit, and that's what I'm going to install. Now luckily, I come out this past weekend to get the Beetle out and about, do a little road trip with the wife, and it would not start. And after some quick investigation, we quickly discovered that I was getting no fuel. Now the fuel pump that was on it, I just replaced about 4 years ago. And again, I know that the ethanol and the fuel is horrible on them and stuff like that. But it was only 4 years old and it failed. I'm lucky and I'm glad that we were going to get it out and I discovered the issue, because if I hadn't and had gone ahead and installed the electronic ignition and it wouldn't start, I would have thought I had done something wrong. So anyhow, ordered a replacement fuel pump, came the other day, got it on, of course, started right up, primed it, started right up, no problem. Okay, so we'll take a quick look at this Pat Downs kit. Oh, excuse me. And we'll see what's included in the kit and what we're going to do here. Of course, the kit does come with new plug wires, as you can see. These are the plugs I'm going. This is what come highly recommended too. There's the part number, 3419. And I think the Gap, I've always used NGK in the past. I know it's a good brand. I've never used these particular plugs here, the radium spark plugs. So I think the Gap on it is 32 to 35 thousandths. I'll have to double check to make sure that is correct. But these are the plugs we're going with. The kit came, of course, with the new distributor. It came with the new dry coil that is marked positive and negative. It came with a new bracket for the distributor and this little spacer that you have to install to use this bracket. Now to use this, you have to remove the stud, the shorter stud that's actually in the case now. I'm not too crazy about trying to remove a steel stud out of a 60-year-old magnesium case. I'll try it. but I'm not going to push it. If it don't come out easily, I'm not going to try it or go any further than that. But anyhow, here's the bracket, nice built-in bracket. What I had read, a lot of people are just using the bracket that comes with the CB Performance kit. So I did order one of those too. So supposedly you can use the OEM stud, stock height stud that's already in the case on this one. Now it did come with a replacement stud, I guess, if you need to replace it. So we'll try that first, see what happens. Oh, and we'll try this one first, see what happens. If it's going to be a pain in the butt, we'll try something else. Now, you don't even have to use one of these. You can use the OEM bracket that's on it right now if you want to. I won't go into great detail about the springs and the bushings to adjust, advance or retard your timing. If that's the route you want to go, if you've got a built engine, you'll just have to read up on it and see where you would implement these. We're going to stick with what's stock with it right now, which we'll take a look inside the distributor before we put it on and all that good stuff. Brackets for the dry cool. So I've got everything I need to get started on this. This is probably going to be a weekend project. I got more time to mess around with it. So the first thing we're going to do is put her on top dead center. Actually, I'm going to disconnect the battery. Not that you absolutely have to, but safety first. Disconnect the battery, and oddly enough, the battery that's in this Beetle was installed in March of 2015. Battery's 11 years old and fires up every time still. I don't know. I got lucky. But anyhow, we'll disconnect the battery. We'll put her at top dead center and remove the coil and the distributor and mount the new dryer coil and get everything else set up to install. Again, it's not going to be a great in-depth tutorial. I'm sure there's some out there already. But if I run into any issues, I'll pass those issues on to you. So if you go this route, you'll know what to expect. Okay? All right, I'm going to, like I said, top dead center, remove the distributor and the coil. I'm going to check my wiring, make sure my connectors are good. If not, I'll replace them. And I'll probably bring you guys back when I decide what I'm going to do about the distributor bracket. If I'm going to use the one from CB Performance, or I'm going to use the one that actually come with the kit from Pat Downs. So, big decisions. Okay, I'll bring you guys back when we're ready for the next step. All right, so after I removed the nut off the bracket, removed the distributor, as you can see, I just double nutted the stud. I put some penetrating oil down there first and let it sit for maybe 10 minutes. And it's coming out no problem. Just don't push it if you got one of these old blocks. If it don't come out, don't force it. Yeah, so I'll finish taking that one out and I'll put the new stud in. Okay, so we're about 45 minutes to an hour in the project. Went ahead and got the distributor mounted. I ended up going with the CB Performance bracket for the distributor because to me it just looked better. The distributor seated no problem. Of course, I had everything at top dead center. This right here would be cylinder 1. And that's exactly where the rotor is pointing once it's seated like it should. I did shorten some of my wires going to the coil. Some of them were a little long, and one of the ends on one was a little janky. So the only thing going to the negative, of course, is the tack. I got a tack in it, and the negative post for the distributor. So far, really the hardest part is making this coil wire. It comes, all the wires are pre-made, of course, but this one comes long, so you can mount your coil anywhere you want to, and you just cut it to the length you want. That part, I mean, I've done 100 of these over the years, no problem. But getting this damn boot on here was almost impossible. And I actually cut just the tip off of it and greased the cable up so I could slide the boot up far enough and then put the new end on it to slide onto the cap. So yeah, that's been the hardest part so far. I removed the old spark plugs and the old plug wires. So tomorrow when I get home from work, well, the only thing that's really left to do is to gap the new plugs, install them, and install the new plug wires, and we should be ready to fire it up at that time. Okay, that's it. Got more done this evening than I'd actually planned, but once I kind of started it, I didn't want to stop till I got to a certain point. So I'll bring you guys back tomorrow when we get ready to wrap this up. I'll talk to you all later. One other quick note. It's amazing when you start on a project or just regular maintenance and you're doing something on these, how you come across something else that needs to be addressed. I noticed that all my vacuum caps on the carburetor were dry rotted, so they weren't really doing much of anything. Luckily, I have a kit here that's got a ton of these in it, and I went ahead and replaced them. Also, too, if you have the vacuum advanced distributor like the one I took off, make sure you plug the vacuum port over here where you had your vacuum advanced hooked up to. If not, it could cause you some issues. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I spent the last half hour gapping and installing the plugs. They actually were 32 thousandths to 35 thousandths. So I set them right about 33. Excuse me. I got them installed. Got the new plug wires installed, as you can see. Overall, I mean, you start this project from start to finish. Now I did a little tidying up with some of the wiring and everything. It'd probably take you an hour, hour and a half if you took your time. Everything so far I'm very pleased with. The only thing I would recommend is not to use the distributor bracket that came with this kit. Either use the OEM one or the CB Performance one. Plug wires, man, these are the toughest plug wires I've ever dealt with as far as putting the connector on it and rearranging the boots or sliding the boots a little bit. They are very tough. So I'm so confident I went ahead and put the oil bath back on, and we're going to try to start this thing for the first time. Now I've just got it set for static timing. I don't have a timing light, and to be honest with you, I've never really used a timing light before. I'll set it at static timing and then I'll adjust it for whatever time of the year it is where it runs the best. That just works for me. So I'm going to see if I'm using my phone right now. I don't have my camera with me. I'm going to try to set this up and prop it up, and then we'll give it a start. Give me one more second. Not even giving it no gas. Okay, so for now, we're going to call this a win. Started right up. Like I said, I just got static timing set on it right now. I haven't done anything else. So there's still a couple things I want to do. Has nothing to do with the electronic ignition. I want to tidy up my wires a little bit more. Try to keep them clean and organized. But that's for another day. So I'll give this project a good 9 out of 10 as far as ease of install and all that good stuff. Like I said, my only troubles with the damn coil wire, getting the boot on it, and the number 2 plug wire. I shortened it up a little bit. And it comes with extra connectors in case you screw it up. So, but we're going to call this project complete. If y'all have any questions at all, feel free to let me know, and I'll definitely answer all questions and be brutally honest with you about what I think. But so far, I'm pleased. I haven't taken it out for a drive, of course. It just started it. So we'll get it out on the road this weekend and get her good and hot, warmed up, and put her through her paces, and we'll see how she does. Again, any questions, let me know, and I'll answer them. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we'd certainly appreciate it. We do all kinds of projects, as you can see from some of our playlists and videos. Share the video, but please, if you don't, at least give it a thumbs up. I'd certainly appreciate it. Okay, until the next project, I'll talk to you guys later.